Hello guys, my name is Nadine Dolotova and I probably should have done this video a long time ago when I was only starting my YouTube channel, but I haven't done it at that point, so I'm just doing it now. And the point, the whole idea of this video is actually telling you what I'm doing, why am I doing this, what is my motivation, what are my reasons to create my dolls, and so on. First of all, yeah, the very first thing I wanted to say that I'm changing my last name quite soon, as I will have my husband's last name. We have been married for like 20 years or something. Yeah, we have been together for 20 years and married for 19 years. And I think it's enough time for me to test my feelings. That's funny. No, I just didn't want to change my last name because it was too complicated with the paperwork and stuff back in Russia. And here, yeah, before getting my first Australian passport to travel to United States for the Rose Doll show next year, yeah, I have decided to take my husband's last name, so I will be Nadine Morgunov. Alright, that's a bit of an introduction. So yeah, what I'm doing mainly in my life is creating dolls. I have started with reborn dolls, which are actually like vinyl kit that you buy, that another person have sculpted, and you buy it and you bring it to life yourself. That means you paint it in different techniques, whichever you like air dry paints or Genesis paints or like powders, whatever. Yeah, and you root it, you give it hair. So yeah, you just bring it to life and it looks like an actual baby. They are very, very realistic. Like I've seen some kids reborn this way that I can't even say without, like, if I don't know the kid, sometimes I just, yeah, think it really looks like a real baby. Oh well, that's what I was doing at first, but I always felt that in some kids probably there were not enough details for me, because my absolutely favorite parts are limbs, I mean like hands and feet, and ears also, by the way. Yeah, and sometimes I actually did feel that I would love a bit more detail on those kids that I was painting, because I absolutely loved going into the little creases in their hands, because they're quite tiny and I like tiny stuff. I like going into detail a lot. So yeah, and at the point then I tried just painting like on canvas and stuff. Then I tried working with pastels, tried heaps of stuff, but it all was kind of not enough, if you know what I mean. So when I don't even know how it happened. I don't even remember how the whole idea came into. I think it was a Facebook group that I came by, and they were showing their silicone babies, which are like full body silicone. I mean, they're like the whole body. It's not like vinyl. The whole body of a full body silicone girl or boy doll is made out of silicone, and they are like actually like real kids. I mean, real babies. You can give them a bath. Well, it's not recommended to do it quite often, but you still can do it. You can't do it with vinyl baby. And they're so cuddly because the silicone is quite floppy. It depends, there are different grades of silicone, but still the one I pour my babies in is quite soft, and Yeah, and they're very floppy, very soft, squishy, cuddly. You know how those like stress balls that you like hold in your hand and like squeeze it? Oh, I'll show you. Yeah, by the way, there is one of the girls I have here. Yeah, her mama will be happy to see her. She's adopted, but she's on payment plan, so she stays with me for a while, and then she'll go home to her mommy. Yeah, so see how floppy it is. It's silicone. It's super soft silicone blend. See, it's just she's a bit shiny. She needs some matting. She was in the storage for a while, but yeah, well, the whole idea is it's like full body. Her whole body is made out of silicone. See, I won't show private parts, but all of mine are anatomically correct. So they have private parts, boys or girls, private parts. Yeah, so, and yeah, the what I like the most about creating silicone babies comparing to creating vinyl ones is that you have to sculpt it first. You pretty much start with I didn't bring it, but yeah, you do start with a block of clay. It's just literally nothing. It's just block of clay, and you what it's amazing. I mean, you can do anything, you know, like there is no limits, no borders. You can create anything you want. This is the most amazing part of it. So yeah, I've created human babies, I've created fantasy babies, hybrid, which is kind of two creatures, you know, combined. I find it quite cool and funny. Yeah, some like animal babies as well, and it's really, really, really cool. So I would say that sculpting is my most favorite part. And yeah, well, that's my personality, which kind of I have to stop myself sometimes because I like going into detail so much that I just don't know where to stop. You know what I mean? I don't understand where is that point when your sculpt is good enough to, you know, to leave it alone. No, I just go in it and just go on and go on, and sometimes I think it's finished, and then it just lasts for, you know, I keep coming back to it for like, I don't know, months. Yeah, literally months. Yeah, so with this little one, oh, she's not little, she's a big girl. She's she's over 20-inch long, and it took me 70 something hours to sculpt her. Yeah, I did it at the sculpting course. I went to Adelaide, and two lovely ladies, Samantha L. Gregory and Nikki Johnston, they were teaching us how to sculpt. And what was the most amazing part of it is that my hubby was so nice, and he actually stayed home with 4 of our kids. Like the youngest one was 1, and I was still breastfeeding him, so it was quite a challenge for him because he wouldn't go to bed without, you know, breastfeeding. He wouldn't go to sleep, so hubby was struggling at night, like not sleeping. The baby would only sleep on him, and yeah, well anyway, we did it. And and while I was there, I just sculpted 10, 12, sometimes 14 hours a day, so pretty much non-stop. I just ate and then went back to sculpting, slept a little bit, then went back to sculpting, and so on. But yeah, it was a very cool experience. I mean, it was so intense for me in terms of working, so I was pretty much working. But yeah, well, I brought back this sculpt, and she was my first, well, it was actually him. The sculpt's name was Ryan, so it was a boy. Yeah, well, so yeah, I brought him back home and created my first big baby. Sorry, the cars. Yeah, so that her. See, they have open mouth. I mean, this one is quite unique. She's got a drink and wet system, and so you can give her a bottle and she would actually like pee. Yeah, so this see the ears. Oh, the light is not good. Ears. My sofa is so old. Well, it's actually antique, so it's just like quite loud. And the hands. Yeah, I absolutely love sculpting limbs. Feet. Oh, I'm sorry it's so dark in here because it's quite dark and cloudy and raining today. And she was actually my first African American baby as well. So yes, cute Baba. Yeah, she's adopted, but I have decided that I definitely will make one for the Rose Doll show next year, and probably even make twins. I don't know, like, you know what? Yeah, I've ordered the eyes already. Probably twins, albino African American kids, babies, a boy and a girl with like white hair and light eyes and quite dark skin. Yeah, exciting. Yeah, well, so this is pretty much what I'm doing now. I'm sculpting, I am painting silicone babies, I'm rooting sometimes when I have time, but I have an amazing lady who lives in the next suburb, Karen Lowe, and she does amazing job on rooting, so most of my babies just go to her and stay at her place while growing their hair. Yeah, what else? Yeah, I also do create a few vinyl babies still because I've got a few kids that I would love to reborn, even though I'm concentrating on silicons mostly. And yeah, oh, that's pretty much all I do. Yeah, people sometimes ask why do I do it, and I think the answer would be that well, we have lost a child. We have 4 kids here with us, and a few years ago we have lost a child during pregnancy. I was 16 weeks pregnant, but the measurements that the doctor told me of the baby, she was 12-13 weeks, so quite tiny. And after that happened to us, and to me it was, well, it was like the worst thing that can happen to you, to a mother, to a parent. And when it happened, it actually changed my life so significantly. It actually was such a huge, you know, like, I don't know, it hit me so hard that I finally had found some time to stop, and to think about what is important to me, who am I, where am I now, where am I going, what are my goals. And what I found out was so upsetting and sad, because I mean, I had everything in terms of like beautiful husband, like best ever, 4 beautiful kids. No, at that point I had 3 kids. Yeah, we had 1 more after. But yeah, we moved to Australia, we chose the country we wanted to live in, and so on and so on. But my whole life was going somewhere, without me taking any decisions, taking any responsibility. I was just like, I was traveling on a train and it was just going somewhere and I didn't even know where it is going. So yeah, it has changed my life so much that at that point I just started that I think it will be a long journey. starting the journey to myself. And then one of the first things I did was asking myself what I really, really want to do, because I went to art school ages ago, but that was pretty much, I just didn't do any art. And yeah, and then I found that most of all, I want to do those dolls. I want to reborn those dolls. And I just bought all kinds of stuff and started doing this. And then eventually it just brought me to where I am now. It's a long way to go ahead, but I'm really, really happy about what is going on in my life right now in terms of everything. My relationship with my husband, relationship with my kids, my relationship with money, relationship with myself, and hopefully I just won't stop anymore. And yeah, I will just explore myself more and more, and maybe in terms of art it will take me somewhere really cool in the end. I really hope so. I think it just sounds really exciting. Oh wow, it's been over 15 minutes. Okay, thank you so much for watching. That's pretty much what I do. If you're interested in my art, you're welcome to. You can just Google my name, which is Nadine Dolotova, or you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, or just find me on YouTube, Instagram. Where am I? Etsy. Yeah, I've got Etsy shop. Yes, and yeah, well, thank you so much. See ya next time.